to own property in Eswatini or perhaps make money through property? I mean, more ching ching. After all, they say property is the best investment. Or maybe you are a property practitioner. You could be an estate agent. You could be a conveyance. You could be an architect or any other sector related to property. Or maybe you are just like me. You're interested in property, but you keep asking yourself this mind-niggling questions. You know those questions you're sitting down, you're like, but where would I purchase property in Eswatini? And actually, how do I go about doing it? Do I even qualify? Where do I go? What is a property valuer? Where do I fit? Do I need them? So these are just these tiny questions you ask yourself as you're sitting there. I've got the money. Do I need cash? What is the interest? What's my score? Do you even know what a score is? Well, then look no further than us. Welcome to Eswatini Property Review. We are your go-to guys regarding property in Eswatini, and this is our official podcast channel. My name is Ndogozo Ngambule, and I'm the editor of Eswatini Property Review. It is a bi-monthly property publication done in Eswatini. So to kickstart our podcast or show, we are joined by the co-owner of Remax Eswatini, Mr. J. Pont. Just a spoiler alert, Remax Eswatini has recently been bought by two individuals, one of them being the gentleman in front of me. If I'm not mistaken, the sale actually took place last year, but he's going to correct me if I'm actually wrong. And he's also going to be explaining in detail why he actually decided to team up with his current partner. But without wasting time, let me not actually spoil this for you. Let us allow the gentleman to actually introduce himself and what he's about, and just briefly who he is and what his aspirations are for Remax going forward.
I just come from, I would say, a business background. You know, with the Pont family, I think most of us are business people. A lot of us are business. So I've just tried a lot of things, and I think actually the first time we met, I was involved in Do Green.
Yes,
Exactly, which I still am. So that company grew slowly and slowly. I started to make a little bit of spare money, and I felt like diversifying my portfolio a little bit. And somebody came to me, actually my current business partner, and he said, hey, Remax is up for sale. I think this could be a good opportunity for us. And myself and my business partner have been very good friends, and we've been doing a couple of small deals here and there. So we felt this was a good opportunity to take on. The main reason I decided to partner with my business partner is because he has all the knowledge in the space. So he
in the property space.
In the property space.
Okay.
He comes from, he was very involved at a high level at Swaki Maintenance. He also does a lot of deals with Swaki itself and Paul Friedlander. They do a lot of property. And just that experience, there's so much knowledge that I was able to get from my partner, Ewan. So I felt like I'm very networked. I know a lot of people in Swaziland, and through my network and through his knowledge, and he's also got a very good network, but a completely different network from me. And if we combine those two, I think we can really grow Remax into a very formidable organization in Swaziland. Because I think it was time for Remax to venture into new things. So one of the things that my partner's bringing into this space, he's got a lot of contacts with commercial property.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Remax wasn't so big in, but now we're going hard into the commercial space.
So it was mostly residential?
I would say it was mostly. There was obviously the odd commercial deal, but there was a lot of residential sales happening.
Okay.
We're still definitely very interested in the residential space. Also want to come into the commercial space hard. We've got a very good network of buyers, and we've got a very good network of sellers. So we tend to have a lot of commercial stock for sale, good stock. I'm talking about prime stock in Swaziland. And we also have people buying, looking for prime stock all the time. I think that's something that the other, and I'm not here to put them down, but I just think that's something that generally agencies struggle with. You need to have a network like my partner, for example, to actually be able to go.
In Swaziland or generally?
No, Swaziland.
Swaziland specific.
I don't know too much about the other.
Yeah.
Even here, I'm still new, I'm still learning. He's taking me under his wing a bit when it comes to this space. So yeah, that's it, eh?
You speak so passionately and candidly and openly about networking and actually maintaining those relations in the industry. How important is it for Remax Eswatini going forward to actually maintain those strong relationships?
How can I say? We've seen a difference in the way Remax is being managed. Our older clients are coming back and they're happy because things are really starting to work. I mean, Ewan's got, I don't know how many years of experience, the maintenance and the management, so he knows how to deal with tenants. He knows how to look after buildings. He knows how to transform a building so you can get the best tenants. What we find is we'll go to somebody and they've got this old raggedy building. They'll want a BMW dealership in the building, just to give you then we say, no problem, but spend a little bit of money, get it up to scratch, have it looking like this. It's easy to attract those kind of tenants. So we're advising some of our building owners, and fortunately they're listening to us. So we're seeing an improvement in the buildings that we manage as well, because we do a little bit of rental management.
You also do rental management. Yeah. So it's not a niche about you guys getting sellers and buyers and all, and getting listings. Like you said, you've also ventured into other.
Yeah. Okay. So I would say it's 50-50. So 50% of the business is obviously buying and selling.
Of course, yeah.
So find a buyer, we link them up with the seller. The other 50% of the business is actually managing buildings for people. So what we do is we take their headaches away. We deal with the tenants. We collect the rent. If they're late, we follow up. We send them letters of demand. If need be, we hand them over to lawyers. So we basically take all that stress away, because a lot of people don't realize how much time goes into it. So a lot of people want to do it themselves. They make a mess of it, and then they call us when their building is in a, So the best thing is, when your building is still in good condition, get somebody reputable to manage it. Get someone to take all those headaches away, keep your tenants accountable, and it makes it easy. It makes you want to buy another building. It makes you want to grow your portfolio.
So it's one of the mistakes that we do. I want to manage my own property.
Yeah.
That's the mistake that we do. And I'm not
especially commercial, residential, if you've got to collect $3,000 a month, you can cope. But now if you've got 5, 10, 20 tenants,
the story changes.
Every day there's another issue. The pipe burst, the windows cracked, You don't have a team that deals with it. You don't have people all the time. We've got a whole team. We've got contractors. So it makes it much easier for us to manage it.
There has also been two developments in the property industry, particularly the last 2 years, where we have seen foreigners actually being banned from owning property in the country. We've also seen another burning issue, was the issue of sectional titling, which was actually passed last year. I would love to get your thoughts on that. What do you make of it? How much does it affect the property sector? I mean, the banning of foreigners from owning property, as well as sectional titling, what it's going to, when it is eventually passed by Parliament.
What we noticed is that the only people that were able to buy, let me not say the only, but most of the purchases above 2.5 million were foreigners.
So it has affected all of that.
So Swazis, they have built nice houses, struggling to sell them because the market has completely flattened out.
Yeah.
And I think with the economic situation that we're in at the moment, we need to open the market up back to foreigners. We need that foreign currency inflow. There is not enough local money. There is not enough buying power in Swaziland. So we need to open it back up. It is critical that we do that yesterday. Not tomorrow, not 6 months, not 2 years down the line, because of all sorts of legislation. It needs to happen yesterday.
So the inflow needs to come back. And
we need that inflow.
We need that inflow.
Every single decision that we're making these days, or let me say, that's one thing. And then I think we also need to we need to adopt sectional title. We are moving towards first world status, and sectional title definitely has to be a part of that vision. So sectional title is something that has to be adopted.
You mentioned customer loyalty, customers coming back to Remax because of the fantastic service that you've actually given them, which pretty much brings me to my next question. Remax Eswatini has won the Customer Service Excellence Award for 2 consecutive years in the real estate category. Give me your thoughts on that. What do you think has set Remax apart, and just also the state of customer service in the country?
I mean, communication. I mean, how many times I've had it, I give people work, they don't pick up their calls for 2, 3 days. That kind of stuff anywhere else in the world is unheard of. Communicating with you all day. Sorry, man, this is why I'm late. These are the issues. Don't worry, I'm handling it like this. Just that professionalism, you know?
It's a way of life for them.
It's a way culture. Of life. And that's what we need to adopt here. And I think the person that adopts that here in his business will dominate. And then one day people will be like, oh, he dazzled, he did this. No, he just provided service. And the few companies that really provide service in Swaziland are dominating. The guys that go overboard, the people that really, really do more than what's expected. And that's why Remax has won the award. And that's why Remax is doing so well in Swaziland. Because the service is everything. You've got to look after your customers.
I hear you. So, but you're saying not just in real estate, generally the country, we have that problem. It's a big thing. The fact that we're not up. It's like it's a favor.
It's a favor, yeah. It's a mindset almost like, hey, I gotta work for you. I don't know the thinking behind it, but I see it, and I see it with family members of mine even. So it's all over. It's just, and then when you travel, you walk into a restaurant overseas and the people you feel like they've rolled out a red carpet. The service is just so good. Sorry, sir, may I help you? What can I do for you? And this and that. And it's just, it isn't here. And the truth is, it's just lack of training. I don't even think we can blame anybody. Just nobody's been trained how important service is.
So going forward, how are you guys going to make sure that you continue? Because you guys are new into this, just to make sure that you continue with the service. Because I think the previous team did well as well, even the brand itself, clearly.
That's a good question. How are we going to make sure that we keep providing customer service? I think not letting the money or the growth get to our heads, always keeping the focus at the customer, always think about the customer. If we look after our customers, they look after us. I think that's what business should be all about, adding value.
I wish we could spend another 30 minutes, Jay, talking property. But maybe as we just wind up, could you give us an overview of the strategy going forward for Remax Eswatini, and just an overview of the property sector in Swaziland, where you see the opportunities? You have mentioned before that commercial property is going to play a huge role for you guys going forward. Just give us an analysis, an overview of where you see the opportunities as well as maybe the threats as well.
Question. What opportunities do I see? I see a lot of opportunities in the commercial space. The rental yield returns is far higher on a commercial building than a residential building.
So it's far higher in a commercial building,
yes,
than residential,
exactly.
Which is the reason that you see that gap there.
Yes. As an investor, you should be focused on purchasing commercial buildings. That's where the returns are.
Occupancy rate, is it, or depends on the location?
Depends on the location, depends on the quality of the building, depends also on your network. I mean, if you're Swaki, you can bring Pick and Pay, this one and that one.
Of course,
if you're just an individual, it becomes a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Don't write that. That's just between. So I think location is important, your network, who you are, that's important. But I mean, if you come to someone like us, we can help you fill up your building. That's what we do. So you've just built a building, come to us, we'll fill up your building and we'll manage it for you. I think another opportunity is we want to start developing. So we have Ewan is also a part-time developer, my business partner.
Okay.
So we want to start developing for people as well. So if you say, hey, you have some capital, you have some land, or you have access to finance, we can advise you on where to build, what to build, what your tenant mix should be, and we can basically hold your hand throughout that whole process from start to finish. We can bring in the architects, We can bring in, that we can supply you with the tenants once your building's done. We can actually build it for you to spec so that the tenants will want to actually come to your building. So we can handle all those things for you, and I think that's a huge gap. I think a lot of people have access to finance, they've got access to money, but they just don't know where to start. So they can come and sit down with us and say, we have access to 10 million rand. Can you guys develop a property for us and then manage it for us? And that's what we're willing to do.
Okay. Talking about development, you want to assist people in development. What about you guys in terms of developing? Sectional title eventually is going to come. Maybe next year, July, but it's going to come. You looking at that space? Developing units?
For now, commercial.
For now, it's commercial.
Mostly. I would say 80% commercial. You see, the problem is with sectional title in Swaziland, things can always get blocked last minute. So it's risky to go into residential. Without sectional title, residential is just the returns are not there. They're not there. So definitely commercial. I am also looking to start developing for myself.
For yourself?
Yeah, for myself.
Okay. But not sectional title units?
No, commercial.
Commercial. Oh, okay. That's quite interesting. And what's your take on rural compared to urban? Because locally, most people, the biggest market in Swaziland, I think you are aware, is the middle class. And most people are employed by parastatals and stuff. And what they're doing actually is they're building in places like Mhlambeni, and those places. And they're building nice houses.
They are.
They are building nice houses. So what's your take on that?
Difficult because it's most of it is Swazi nation land.
Yeah.
I think the sale is very complicated. And we're definitely interested. We're actually busy facilitating a sale right now on Swazi nation land for a commercial lot. Okay. But there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of time that goes into it, and sometimes it's just not worth the amount of effort that's put into it. Whereas with title deed, it's very straightforward. But it's something that maybe in future
you look into.
We've got to go more into it. But for now, it's difficult.
It's difficult.
And another thing is, I don't think those people sell very often. You know, when you build in your home, that's your home.
No, they don't. In most cases, the person will just decide to build. Maybe will take a loan of $500,000. They'll buy the plot, maybe from someone for 30,000 or 40. Then they'll take a loan. They'll build their house. They're not going anywhere. They're building for their they're not for your family. They're not going anywhere.
There's not a lot of sales happening in that space. So I don't know. I just think it's a difficult space.
It is.
Yeah.
Because of I get it. It's kind of tricky.
Very tricky. Yeah.
Kind of tricky. Would you have your house there? Your house? No.
Look, the truth is, I own a small piece of land in Munzini, and I'm very happy there. So there's no need for me to look elsewhere at the moment.
Well, that is quite interesting. Unfortunately, we will have to cut it right here. It's really been insightful, and the stuff that I've got here in terms of the property sector, as well as just your aspirations. And I'm certain people listening to this podcast will agree with me. It's really been actually quite enlightening, the stuff that you've actually shared. And thank you once again. I know I've thanked you before, but thanks once again for actually honoring this invitation. And good luck to Remax Eswatini going forward.
You are most welcome, and it was a pleasure for us as Remax Eswatini to be afforded the opportunity to talk about our business aspirations and the property industry in the country. We believe that we will have a similar conversation with Eswatini Property Review in the future, because such a platform is essential for the property sector. And we wish you guys all the best. We hope you're going to grow with us, and all the best.